Hello. I hope you're all well and in good spirits. Today, I'm going to open with a quote from the Bible because many Christians are using coronavirus to cheat other Christians. One preacher is asking for donations for their hospital that is not a hospital. Matthew 21:12-13. And Jesus went into the temple of God and cast out all of them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers, and the seats of them that sold doves, and said unto them, It is written, My house shall be called a house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves. People are leaving churches that are more political than spiritual as they follow Jesus and are turned off by ministers and priests that are fault-finding, stern, not honest, and hateful. They leave because they thirst for the Spirit and feel staying would drain them of the Spirit or water, so they leave to survive and to quench their thirst. God does not torture, condemn people to hell forever, nor exclude people that are different or disagree. That is only the God that is created by a narrow-minded humans. It is a good thing we have churches that spread love and uplift people of all faiths, no faith, or with lifestyles that might be different from the norm. These churches are not threatened by evolution and become the gateway to evolution so the congregations can expand into the divinity within. We need churches that welcome people that are not Christian or are out of the ordinary with love and hospitality. Everyone is spiritual, made by God, but gays are judged and condemned by church people who are miserable, wanting to make other people miserable. Some of the nicest people are homosexual or have tattoos, while the most judgmental are found in church. So we all need to grow and evolve into love. The people who set one group of people against another group or one religion against other religions destroy the love and unity of God. Mark Twain said, The church is always trying to get other people to reform. It might not be a bad idea to reform itself a little, by way of example. Sitting in church, threatened by evolution on Sunday, does not make us Christian. It is our character and behavior as we walk with Christ that makes us Christian. We need to center on the divinity within us, instead of focusing on where we are going to sit in church, as Jesus loved and was not a Christian, and Buddha loved and was not a Buddhist. Church doesn't make us good and it doesn't make us bad. Just like high school doesn't make us smart, good, or bad. Religion is good for us if we are learning to love more, and bad if it condones actions that are opposed to love and the divinity within that Jesus stood and died for. Jesus, Buddha, and all the great teachers taught love, so it became part of all religions. But love has no religion. So to follow love and the love in our religion, we need to respect and love all religions. Tolerance is not enough. It's inadequate, as it doesn't encompass love. There are many religions, and they all worship the same God. As Albert Einstein said, all religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. Stand up like Jesus, because sitting in a hateful church does not make us a better person. But if we stand up, our actions and behavior will make us healthy, happy, and helpful. If we want to expand our love and consciousness, we first have to leave the little compartment that we were raised in. Our belief system was created when we were young and forms our reality, but it is not solidified in stone. We can change and expand from within. The spirit in our soul is urging us to evolve and become a better human as we are renewed from within, attracted to a higher dimension of consciousness. Our narrow beliefs are not life. a life sentence. And in the same way, our love, understanding, and decency are not decided by where we sit on Sunday. God is evolving us by revealing more love and more knowledge that accumulates to give us a greater capacity to love and change. Evolutionary consciousness is expressed in all religions and science as they tell us to evolve to the next level, beyond the mind. Science is even telling us the universe is expanding. Jesus says the same thing in Matthew 25:29, that if we expand our love in the divinity within, we will have more profound intimacy with God and a bigger influence on the physical plane. So the quote goes, "For unto every one that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that has not shall be taken away, even that which he hath." Integrity is a personal quality of being wholesome, honest, and reliable, with a sensible moral compass that, when broken or taken away, becomes hypocrisy. Most people in religion are obedient and pleasant, but the problem is when the church leaders use politics to express unsuitable, inappropriate statements to reject other people. This is not the message of Jesus or our divinity within, but a test and an opportunity for us to grow and not to go to hell in church. If we do something wrong or if we don't have a religion, it does not make us a bad person. Like going to church does not make us a good person. It is easy to judge as it makes us think we are better, but it is hard to understand because that takes love and an expanded consciousness. Judging splits us into old patterns, while understanding unites us in a world that God made where everything is sacred, connected, and united. In love, we pay attention and learn so we don't recycle old experiences as we observe our thoughts, harmful habits, and deceptions that keep us from God's love. We notice there are no accidents or coincidences in the soul, and that the spirit has nothing to do with belief, because it is a spiritual experience. We choose to go to church that inspires us to go, because we don't need religion to determine good and bad. That takes love and understanding. Therefore, churches need to make us more aware of the love we already hold and retain inside. We don't need to be agitated, but quieted so we can enter the soul and the love that is already there. Anne Frank said, "The final forming of a person's character lies in their own hands." We are all on our own spiritual journey and awakening to the consciousness of our soul in the next step of evolution. The advantage of a new point of view from the soul is a new reference point where we are connected to everything, realizing that we are not separate from the stream of life and other beings. This awareness is natural when we are tired of our old self. Then we shift naturally to our higher self in awareness and consciousness by clearing up and getting to the bottom of our mental images. This means we are not projecting our mental images, but flowing with the collective consciousness beyond our limited prototypes in love. To do this, we tone down and free ourselves from mental relapses by becoming unattached and mindful in the present. We observe our thoughts and emotions, letting them pass by, which unlocks our creative potential, giving us energy and freedom. We don't control our thoughts and emotions, but we stop them from controlling us, as we are just mindful of them. When we calm the mind and observe without reaction, the inspiration inside reveals the beauty in everything. We don't have to rethink, relive, or correct anything as we observe life, open up, and make known how everything is just spot on, absolutely perfect. Churches need to evolve from describing a snake to manipulate us to flashing a light to liberate us. The divinity within needs to be experienced for spiritual maturity. We don't need preaching and condemning. Church is not a destination, but a process to help us let go, wake up, and live in heaven, now in our soul. Thank you, and stay healthy.